Good morning, everyone. This is Patrick Lee, and it is time for Midweek Motivation Live. People are already tuning in today to watch the show. Dude, what in the world are we talking about today? Yeah, that's a funny word. Dude, I used to say that a lot. I'm from the Oregon coast. Some of you that know me and where I'm from understand that. And at my age, 57 years young, dude was a very common term when I was growing up where I'm from. Dude, what in the world? Dude, did you see that? Today, dude is going to be an acronym for four incredible things that we need to learn to motivate you into moving forward in business, in relationships, in life. Man, dude, people are already commenting today. Sal, good to see you on here. So many people already tuning in. I love that. Dude, are you kidding me? It's just a little funny term there, man. Dude, I have been involved in many different businesses in the past. I've traveled to a lot of different seminars, sat through a lot of motivational speakers and people that are helping us live better lives, grow bigger businesses. And one of the things has been said to me in the past. I've attended people like Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, Dexter Yeager. I was involved with a big organization years ago. He's known as the master networker, Dexter Yeager. A lot of other people in business, and they have simply said one of these things that I've shared with you in the past, most business topics, self-help topics, business books have all been based on things that were found actually in the best sales book and life coaching book of all time, which is the Holy Bible. But this particular topic we're going to talk about today, you have not because you ask not. How many times have you gone into an appointment in business? You're trying to promote a product, sell a product, meet with somebody about a product. Y'all know me, right? I'm in real estate, so I go and meet with people to help them either buy a home or sell a home or invest in real estate. And I have a thing that I do all the time that I've learned years ago. It's called assume the close, assume the business. Whenever I walk into a listing appointment, I already assume that I already have that listing, that those people are going to give me that business. I don't walk in begging someone or with this sense of hope that if I say the right thing or jump through the right hoops or do a little monkey show, that they're going to like me and trust me and want to give me the business. I actually have this mindset that I've already built of that I assume the business. When I walk into the appointment, I go on listing appointments to sign listings. I don't go hoping or begging or pleading with them to give me the business. And that's one of the things that I've had to learn. And it's one of the things I think that you can learn today too. Dude, do you really expect to get business you don't ask for? So many more people already tuning in, more people commenting. Nick, my man, how's it going, brother? So proud to be in business with you. Christine, so good to see you on here as well. Appreciate all of you tuning in. But that is the topic today. Do you really expect to get business that you don't ask for? How many times have you gone into a business appointment, a business meeting, and you are hoping that you could lead someone, say the right thing, and someone would want to do business with you. But at the end of that presentation, you walk out feeling defeated on the way back to your office, on the way back home, anywhere in your car, truck. If you're a Dodge boy like me, you're thinking, oh man, I could have done better. If you didn't get the business, what could you have done better? Maybe the fact of the matter is that you didn't ask for the business, right? That's going to be our topic today. Dude is actually an acronym for four topics we're going to talk about today. You have to stop confusing your potential clients by not asking for your business, for their business. You know that you're there to sell them something. They know you're there to sell them something, right? Don't disappoint them. They know that you're there to sell them something. You know that you're there to sell them something on an idea, a concept, a business model, whatever the product is. And then you get through the appointment and you don't ask for the business. That's a cardinal rule in failure. So today, dude, How many times have you gone into a presentation with the idea floating around in your head that you were not there to bring them on as a customer? Never. Many people think that they don't want to be the pushy salesperson. These are tips and tricks today I've got from a great book from a friend of mine, Jody Holland. This book is called Hypnotic Selling. These are some of the tips and tricks that he has used in the past as he helps other people. He's a great guy. I have many of his books, and these are some of the tips we're going to be getting out of his book today. Thank you, Christine. You just made my day. But we have this habit of being salesy, pushy salespeople, and we are in the business to help people, right? And if that's truly your goal and you're in the business to help people, you don't want to come across as being pushy, but at the end of the day, you get 100% of what you don't ask for, and that's nothing. If you don't ask for the business, you're not going to get the business unless you're like their favorite nephew and you didn't ask them for the business and they're just going to sign with you or buy your product anyway, right? But there are 4 things that I want to get across to you today, and that is the acronym for DUDE. It is an acronym for the 4 things you must have to succeed. Number 1, being desire. You have to have a desire to succeed. You must have the desire to help others in your line of work. When you truly want to help and realize that you're there to help them move forward, then and only then will you be able to focus on asking them to move forward, right? It's your desire to make a difference. That's what sets you apart from other salespeople. People ask me in business all the time, how are you so successful? I said, number 1, I desire to help people. I honor God and I honor people. And that's what sets me apart from other people. When I take me out of the equation and my needs, my desires to make a paycheck, right? I put that on a back burner and I focus on the desire to truly help the person that I'm there to have that appointment with. Number 1 is desire. So I go in with the focus on what it is that they desire. I ask the questions surrounding their needs, wants, actions, and outcomes. Period. And I stop. I'm not there to let them know what my needs are. Now, I may interject into that what my expected outcome of that meeting is. Hey, this is Patrick Lee. I'm here. We had an appointment at 10 o'clock, and we're here to talk to you about selling your house. At the end of this appointment, I already believe that you're going to like me enough that I'm going to say the right things, and you're going to want to trust me and list your house with me. That's the projected outcome of this appointment. And at the end of this appointment, if we have not found a way to effectively reach that goal, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions as to why not. And then I can lead, I can grow and do a better job on the next appointment. Fair enough? And they're like, wow, this guy's direct. Come on in. Yes, shake their hand, look them in the eye. It's really that easy. And at the end of that appointment, I guarantee you I'm going to ask for the business if they haven't already committed it to me up front or during that conversation. Number 2, understanding in the acronym DUDE. Number 2 is understanding. In asking the hard questions, you're gaining an understanding of what they are currently doing and what outcomes those actions are producing, right? My goal is, we say it a lot in the business world, seek first to understand. You can't go into any appointment, into any meeting, just assuming that you already know everything, right? You need to ask a lot of questions. You need to learn how to ask the good questions that are going to help you understand what the desired outcome is going to be of that meeting. If it's for that person to buy your product, if it's that person to hire you in your company, your team, to provide a service for them, right? You need to understand what it is that they want, so you'll know better if you can effectively help them reach those goals, okay? Understanding, you're finding out how they see their situation as well. So as you ask a lot of those good questions, you're going to say, this is what I understand. Is that correct? And they're going to be able to lead you and guide you and let you know yes or no. Are you really getting what it is that they're trying to tell you? You're trying to see the world from their perspective. Without the understanding of their perspective, you will not be as prepared as you need to be to move forward in the meeting, right? In your presentation. And if you want to go down the pathway to success, you need to get this step right, understanding. Number 3, dedication. This has to do with being dedicated to solving their problem or challenge, even if you're uncomfortable at first. whenever you walk into that appointment, right? You're going to sell a widget. Knocking books off my desk. That's awesome. I love that. I've got stuff stacked everywhere. I'm a high I. I drink a lot of coffee. I talk a lot, right? So high I's are pilers. So the office is fairly clean. I'm not horrible, but I have piles of papers and I'll have a stack of books. I just kicked some books off the bottom of my desk. That's awesome. I love that. I'm dedicated to helping you every week, and I'm dedicated to all my clients. So I'm dedicated to having the things in front of me, the right tools and materials that I need to move forward. Are you dedicated to solving the problems and challenges and needs of your clients? Good question. Look in the mirror and ask yourself that. Am I truly dedicated to finding out what it is that my clients need so I can effectively lead them and guide them to the right answers to their questions? I hope that you are. If your dedication is toward the resolution of their problems, you'll always find them an answer, even if that answer isn't to use you. Many people in business would say, hey, hold on, brakes, hit the brakes, come to a screeching halt. I'm there to sell me, not someone else. Well, I'm going to throw a wrench in the works here. If your true desire is to help someone effectively achieve a goal, a desired outcome, and you know after understanding that you have the desire, you've asked the right questions to understand, and you know that you're not going to be the person to help them achieve that goal, the best thing you can do for that person, shake their hand, smile, and say, man, I would love to help you. Unfortunately, I'm not the person that's going to be able to meet your needs. And I know that I'm not going to be able to provide you the service that you need, that you want, that you're going to have the desired outcome that you want. So one of the best things you can do to add on to that, however, is point them in the direction of someone that can answer their questions and meet their needs. There have been times that I've had a listing appointment, and after talking with that person, I have decided that I am not the right agent to help that person achieve their goals of either buying a home or selling a home. And a lot of times that just comes down to understanding, asking the right questions, and knowing what they expect out of you or what they expect the desired outcome to be. And if you understand and know that you're not the right person, the best thing you can do is save a friend, continue to grow that relationship, and answer that question through another person. Point them in the direction of the right person or team or service that can meet that need. And at that point, you're truly going above and beyond to meet the needs of that person. Okay. And number 4, explanation. What do you mean? Well, that's what we're doing right now, right? We're explaining what dude means. When you have explained the challenges of that person back to that client, and they can tell you, look you in the eye and say, yes, you understand that right. You have explained it properly. You've asked the right questions. They'll generally ask you how you can help them overcome their challenge, whether it's buying or selling a home, whatever it is that you do. At this point, then you're going to have a plan to get them where they want to be. You need to make sure that you're using their information to lead them to the ask. So when you're going in to ask them for the business, you need to have asked enough quality questions so that you're using the client's information or their data in the ask. Does that make sense? If they've told you what the problem is or what their desired outcome is, you're going to use that desired outcome in the ask for business. If in the course of the presentation or the discussion you've had within the conversation, I like to call it, and the relationship building, rapport building part of your presentation, your meeting, your conversation, whatever it is, and this person has a home that they want to sell and their desire is to be in South Texas, so they can spend Christmas with distant family on the beach because they've never done that. They've always experienced Christmas in the mountains or in the snow, and they've been away from family for a few years. When I'm going in to ask them for their business, I'm going to use their data, their information in the ask and say, well, since you have told me that if I can get you in the right home at the right price, near the beach in South Texas, and you can do that by Christmas, wouldn't it make sense that we go ahead and start the process now? so we can see you in that house enjoying Christmas with your family at that time? And generally, if you use that information in your ask, then you're always going to get the business. Explain back to the client what it is that you're looking for, or what it is that they're looking for, generally using their words if you can. Okay? If you've reviewed what they've said and what they want, why they want it, and what you can do to help them, this is the time for action. And I usually use a couple of variations of things like this when I'm asking someone for the business. I've gone through the conversation. I've showed them that I have the desire to help them, right? I've asked enough questions so that I understand what it is that their desired outcome is. And then I show them that no one's going to be more dedicated to helping them than me. And I hope you do the same thing. And then I've explained back to them why I believe that I'm the right person for the job, and I can help them achieve that goal, right? And then I usually have 2 or 3 different examples of how I would go through and ask that question. Because when you get to the end of a conversation, you always hit that odd moment. It's sort of awkward, right? Throw some likes and loves up here on the screen if this is making sense to you. We already have a lot of people that are likes and loves, still more people watching. But when you get to that point of the conversation, there's always sort of like a little silence, right? And you just sit there and look at each other, and it's like, That's the point. You're supposed to ask them for the business. Come on, man. Are you in this to be successful or not? That's the point where if you've gone through this whole dude process, right? And you've done the job, it's time to ask them for the business. You have not because you ask not. You get 100% of what you don't ask for, and that's nothing. Ask them for the business. I would come up with something like this, and these are some of my friend Jody's, some of his closes. I have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 other closes that we can get to, but these are some good generic examples that you can potentially use in your business. You can just look at your client, the customer, potential customer, and say something like this: based on what you've told me, it makes sense to move forward on this, doesn't it? I would like to have you as a client and help you solve this challenge. Wouldn't it make sense to go ahead and get this process started now? These are all great little sample closes. All I need is your autograph on this contract and we're ready to move forward. Why don't we go ahead and do that now? Slide the pen across the table to them, right? Here's another couple of other ones that I like to use. Based on where you are and where you want to be, I believe that's time for action. You've indicated that you don't want to keep getting the same result time after time that you've gotten in the past. So you and I both know that it takes new action to get new results. Wouldn't it make sense for us to put that new action into place now? That's another one. So use these closes when you get to that awkward point and it should never be awkward. The better you get at this, the less awkward it's going to be. The more and more you talk to the person, the more practice you have going for the close, you're going to start seeing that your percentage of business starts going up. Because if you don't ask for it, you're not going to get it. Knowing that it's a simple question that you fail to ask that separates you from success, doesn't it make sense that you should go ahead and ask the question? Of course it does, man. Ask the question. Go for the business. Perfect quote. Saving that one. There you go. A lot of these are Patrickisms. You can write these down as Patrickisms. I love that. But it's true. If it's only a simple question that you fail to ask that's going to separate you from success, it's going to weed you, and the men from the boys, as we like to say, the business women from the little girls, right? There are a lot of little people out there, a lot of younger people out there making mistake after mistake as they're trying to learn how to be successful in business. And this is one that I wanted to talk to you about this week, that it's happens a lot in my line of work, in real estate especially. You simply forget or you fail to ask for the business. And that's something I want to coach you on today, motivate you in, lead you in going forward. Man, ask for the business. Ask the question, right? A lot of people say it's hard to get out of your comfort zone, but I always say courage begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's a Patrickism as well. You can write that one down. That one's free. I'll charge you for it next week. Anyway, this is Patrick Lee with Midweek Motivation. I'm going to get off of here. You do know that I do this as a service to you. I love coming in every week, bringing you some motivational tips and tricks. Like I said, this week, I've been giving you some tips and tricks out of Hypnotic Selling by Jody Holland, a great book from a phenomenal guy. If you can find all of his products online, I suggest you buy all of them. I've got 6 or 8 of his books. I think this one's actually autographed. Those things are fun for some people. Jody's a good guy. Go buy his books. But I am with Patrick Lee Group. I'm the team leader of that group. If you or anyone you know is interested in buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate, click the link in the comments below this video to my digital business card created by Nick Krim and Michael K. Lawrence at Content Cardz. That's Content Cardz, CONTENTCARDZ.com. If you're in the real estate space, they can hook you up with a digital business card like mine as well and help you with other media and graphics and artwork and video producing for your business. You can get a hold of them. Also, click on the Content Cardz link in my digital business card. Anyway, if that's you and I can help you buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, give me a call, 806-570-7712, or click on the link in my video below. I will see you next week. This has been Patrick Lee with Midweek Motivation Live. I want you all to have a wonderful week. We'll see you. Bye-bye.